Excellency, Ms. Mama Mizutori, the Special Representative of the United Nations Secretary General for Disaster Risk Reduction, distinguished guests and delegates. On behalf of the government of Mongolia and myself, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to the government of Australia and the UNDR for organizing and hosting the Asia-Pacific Ministerial Conference for Disaster Risk Reduction on the theme of From Crisis to Disaster Resilience, transforming the future of the Asia-Pacific region and through disaster risk reduction management. We, as the member states of the United Nations, have been implementing the Sendai framework for disaster risk reduction at the local, national, regional, and international levels since 2015. Like you just mentioned, where are we? And what is next? Yes, now we're at the midterm of the implementation of the framework in closer cooperation with the regional partners. Today, we will review and discuss the achievements and challenges of the midterm review of SFDRR, as well as present opportunities and identify required actions to overcome the challenge and other possibilities of interaction. I deem it an honor to open this session on this important topic, the midterm review of the SFDRR. Due to global warming, climate change, and ecological degradation, the frequency and intensity of disasters have dramatically increased and making impacts on socioeconomic activities in the region. Meanwhile, new and emerging disastrous events occur frequently. As we all know, it's been 2 years since the first case of the coronavirus were detected, and the disease has spread around the globe, causing millions of loss of lives, triggering unemployment, poverty, and socioeconomic changes, and transforming our lives in unprecedented ways. The disaster damage and loss caused by possible hydrometeorological events, geological hazards, and human-induced hazards are predicted to increase because countries have already weakened their capacities due to COVID-19. Dear guests and delegates, it is the third time we have gathered at Ministerial Conference for Disaster Risk Reduction since the endorsement of SFDRR. Unbelievable changes happened in our world, especially in the last 2.5 years. As you all know, these damage and loss caused by nature and climatic change, environmental degradation, and human-induced adverse effects are predicted to increase substantially. The international and regional geopolitical situations have also been changed rapidly. Roadmap for implementation of the Sendai framework in Asia has been identified in the Asian Regional Action Plan, which was approved by the Asian Ministerial Conference on Disaster Risk Reduction held in New Delhi in 2016. The Asian Ministerial Conference on Disaster Risk Reduction 2018 held in Ulaanbaatar on preventing disaster risk, protecting sustainable development, and adopted the Regional Action Plan 2018 to 2020, highlighting the importance of disaster risk governance and integration of DRR in development planning to better address effects of compounding and cascading risks. In 2021, the Asia-Pacific Partnership Forum approved the Asia-Pacific Disaster Risk Reduction Action Plan for 2021 to 2024. According to the plan, we intend to adopt, expand our disaster risk reduction measures in new ways, aligning with the current situation of COVID-19 pandemic, which is a special focus on introducing good practices and innovations. I encourage that member states to introduce and share their respective experience of the Sendai framework implementation in the midterm review. Disaster risk reduction is every country's responsibility, as we all know. However, the participation of stakeholders in DRR, in particular, civil society, science and research institutions, and the private sector are critical in building more disaster-resilient countries. Thus, I would like to emphasize that we need to share resources and support one another. Moreover, the midterm review of the Sendai framework ought to reflect good practice and action-oriented constructive recommendations in order to clearly define everyone's role in DRR. The government of Mongolia is fully committed to interact with the regional countries in order to reduce disaster risks and strengthen our partnership and cooperation. I wish you all greater success in carrying the DRR agenda forward in your countries. Thank you very much.